We'll be saying discounted cash flow. Discounted cash flow is basically evaluating an asset today based on its future cash flows. Unlike the other method, which is the relative valuation method, wherein you compare the asset with for example, a company with its competitors in the market to evaluate it. Here, there are few methods. There are 5 steps actually. The first step is forecasting the cash flow. Second step is calculating WACC. Third step is calculating terminal value. Then discounting the free cash flow and the terminal value, and then calculate the implied share price using enterprise value and equity value. So first we'll do FCF, that is basically calculating the FCF, which is free cash flow. Free cash flow is the cash available for equity and debt holders after everything which is needed to operate the company, after all the operational costs and everything. So FCF should be greater. It's best for the investors that FCF value for a free cash flow value for a company or an asset should be high. So the calculation is EBIT into 1 minus tax rate plus depreciation and amortization minus capex minus increase in non-cash working capital. Increase or decrease depends. Herein it is minus or plus based on, since it is an increase, we add it instead of subtracting. So herein first EBITDA is the same. If you see the formula, just copy it. Then the tax rate will be EBITDA into, so we'll keep it as minus this. Then the depreciation and amortization is, sorry, and this 35. Capex, we take it as minus according to the formula, and this will be taking as cost to assets. So we'll do the sum. It will give 86. The free cash value we have found. Now we'll find the WACC, or weighted average cost of capital. We have calculated free cash flow. Free cash flow has to be estimated depending upon the stability of the company. If the company is not that stable, its cash flows goes up and down, then it has to be projected for at least 5 to 10 years. Depends on the stability. Now we'll calculate weighted average cost. We'll calculate cost of capital, which is WACC. It gives the cost of financing for a company. It is basically financing for a company is basically debt or equity. Debt could be through loans and bonds. The calculation of the debt happens through interest payment basically. But equity, we have a calculation as mentioned here, which is equal to, that is the risk-free rate plus beta. Beta in the market is basically 1. If it, for example, the beta of the company is 2, that means if the market increases by 10%, then the stock value, it increases by 20%. Increases by 20% and vice versa. Then RM is basically market return. RF is, so first we'll calculate the cost of equity, which is given as equal to, that is risk-free rate plus beta into bracket RM market return minus risk-free rate. This will give you cost of equity. Now we have to find the WACC. So WACC, basically what I've done here is divided into 2 parts, since it's a complicated formula. So equity by equity plus debt into cost of equity plus debt by equity plus debt into cost of debt into 1 minus tax rate. First we will calculate this part. Equity value is given here, divided by sum of equity and cost, which is 54%. Similarly, we'll find this part divided by sum of equity and debt, which is 46%. Now back just this part into RE, which is cost of equity, which has already been found, then plus cost of debt is given here into this part into bracket 1 minus, what is the tax rate? Tax rate given as this. So this WACC here is 6.9%. We are calculating the terminal value. Terminal value is the value business after the forecasted period. For example, 5 years forecast period. Any year after that would be any year after any year, that is sixth, seventh, the value of the business would be called the terminal value. There are two methods for calculating the terminal value. One is perpetuity growth terminal value, and other is the EV by EBITDA terminal value. So already being calculated. So a perpetuity growth terminal value, that is the first method and second method. First method, the formula is cash flow, and that is the nth year, the last year of the projection, last year of the forecasting. That is into 1 plus G. G is the growth rate. Growth rate mostly it aligns with the GDP of the country or with the growth rate of the industry. Here we have an assumed growth rate of 2.50%. Then divided by WACC, weighted average cost of capital, minus G. G again is the growth rate. The other is financial metric, that is EBITDA into the trading multiplier, which here has been taken as 7. Trading multiplier is estimated understanding the competitors of the companies in the market. Currently this value has been assumed as 7. Now we'll take the average of both. And the formula goes, that is FCF of final year multiplied by 1 plus growth rate, which is 2, divided by WACC minus growth rate. Now this is EBITDA into multiplier 7. We take the average. This is 989.0. We'll be doing the discounting of free cash flow and terminal value to sum it up and find the enterprise value. So herein first we'll find the discount factor, which is here discount factor formula is given 1 by 1 plus R. R here is WACC, which is power and which is the period. So here we'll do the formula here, equal to 1 divided by bracket 1 plus this WACC percentage, R is the power 1, and we'll make this as F4, drag it across. Now the present value of FCF is equal to this into this, dragging it across. Now the present value of terminal value will be equal to the terminal value into the discounting factor. Now we have to find the enterprise value, which is the sum of present value of FCF and present value of terminal. Sum of okay, the 968.1. Find the fourth step, fifth step, which is equity value. So enterprise value is basically net debt plus equity value. Equity value is basically given by the formula enterprise value minus debt plus cash. We'll use the simple formula here, and then equity value will divide it by the number of shares outstanding to get the share price. So herein equity value is equal to enterprise value is given plus sum of the cash, which is marketable securities also we take as cash only, this minus sum of debt, long term and short term. Now we find the share price, which is equity value divided by the number of option issue, which is 8.33. So first herein first we will read the tax, which is equal to EBIT into minus the tax rate. We'll drag this across. We'll find the total. So sum, tag equals, sorry, to reference this, we'll drag it across. Now cost of equity, is given as equal to that is risk-free rate plus beta into market return minus risk-free rate. Okay. Now debt divided by sum of equity and debt. Equity divided by sum of equity and debt. Back calculation is basically equity part into cost of equity plus debt part into cost of debt into 1 minus tax rate. System. EBITDA is basically equal to EBIT plus the DNA. This is basically EBITDA into multiplier, which is given as perpetuity growth in terminal value. Basically, it is free cash flow of the n. This is 5th year into 1 plus growth rate divided by WACC minus growth rate okay, we'll take the average of both the ones. For discounting factor, is 1 by equal to 1 by 1 plus WACC raised to the power the period. Referencing this present value into the discount factor. Present value of terminal value equal to average, so terminal value into discounting factor. Enterprise equal to sum of whole. Okay, this is equity value. Equity value is basically enterprise value plus sum of cash minus sum of debt. Now implied share price will be equity divided by the number of outstanding shares, which is 2.62. This is the implied share price.